45 down and just 1 week left on this season of the Final Wager. And on Friday, somebody's going to be $75,000 richer. Could it be the first player ever to be born in the year 2000? That's William. He's in second place, trailing Jeff by 2,200. Sydney in third with 6,400. Still anyone's game. And I'm excited because there are no wild cards, just straight up win or go home. Let's look at first and second, William and Jeff. William doubles up, pretty easy. He's going to have 20,000. So to cover him, Jeff will have to wager 78.01. If he's wrong with that wager, he'll be left with 43.99. So to stay above that, William can wager up to 5,600. And Sydney up to 2,000. All right, now we look at second and third. If Sydney doubles up, she's going to have 12,800. So to stay above that, William will need to wager, or to get above that, William will need to wager at least 2,801. If he's wrong with that wager, he's going to be left with 71.99. So to get above that, Sydney will need to wager at least 800. Now for rule number 3. If Sydney is afraid of a zero wager out of William or out of Jeff, she's going to have to wager at least 3,600 or 5,800. At that point, she might as well go all in. And if William wants to cover this zero wager by Jeff, he'll have to wager 2,200. He's got that already. And to cover an unsafe wager, at least 4,400. And you also see that he leads Sydney by 3,600. So he's not going to want to fall below that if he can help it. What I would do is I would restrict this range here, the 2801 range, to 35.99. And I'll move this 5,600 amount down here. 2 ranges for him, 2 ranges for Sydney, 1 for Jeff. Let's look at mind games. Let's say William goes for this 35.99 amount. It's 13.6 basically. This is a really weak wager. I'm not going to advocate for this. 1,400 is a possibility, but I don't like it because I don't like basing mind games wagers off of the difference between the leader and the trailer. If the leader is going to not fall below the trailer, it just doesn't really make sense. So we'll ignore that one for the most part. 5,600 is a little bit more interesting. You'll have 15.6 in that case, so to get above that, Jeff will need to wager 34.01. If he gets it wrong, he will have 87.99. So to stay above that, William could wager up to 1,200. I don't really like that wager either because Sydney has been shown to be aggressive. And this is one of the disadvantages of going last. In Sydney's case, William saw Sydney's wagering in the last quarterfinal, but because Sydney was sequestered in the green room, waiting for her Friday game, she did not see William's wager, or Jeff's wager for that matter. Jeff has the biggest advantage of all because he played first. I don't know how to solve that. Maybe you show the previous games to all the contestants after they're done. Who knows? Okay, so I'm just going to disregard these and that. Jeff, I'd go for the lockout. William, I'd go for something smallish, covering a zero wager but not falling below Sydney, and also covering the lockout by Sydney. And if I were Sydney, I would probably go for this smaller range, just because you've probably put the fear in William's heart that you're going to go big. And, of course, if you're afraid that he'll go small, or Jeff will go small for some reason, go for everything. In reality, Sydney missed and went big, so she finishes with 0. William got it right and wagered 78.01, which is what Jeff should wager. I don't really get that, but Maybe he was expecting some mind games out of Jeff. In that case, he should have gone for everything. Jeff also got it right. And Deja Vu, 7801. So Jeff Shea, he's going on to the finals. He's going to be annoying his sister with even more wagering theory around the dinner table, I'm sure. That was a complaint I got on Twitter. And we'll see who joins him tomorrow and Wednesday on the Final Wager.